Hey guys, welcome back to my garden. So I just turned on the lights, it's morning time, and I noticed, looking at the thyme plant over here, I noticed a couple aphids were crawling around it. You could see, if I zoom you guys in a little bit right here, right in the middle of the shot. Let me see if I could focus the camera a little bit better. You could see there's a little aphid that's crawling around right there. Little bastards. So I'm gonna have to come in and basically wash this plant out. I couldn't figure out where the aphids came from. I noticed it on the tomato plant over here yesterday. It was at the very bottom over here, so I clipped off the... I came under it and I cleaned off. I smushed it right with my fingers just like that. And I clipped off those leaves this way in case there's anything going on. I could kind of take care of it. And I looked at the rest of the leaves and I didn't see anything crawling around anywhere. I looked at all the tomato plants and everything seemed to be pretty good. So I don't understand what was going on, guys. So what I basically decided to do is just kind of, I don't know, I'm debating if I should spray this plant because that's definitely going to set it back quite a bit, or I'm just going to try to rinse it off first, see if that works. So what I'm going to do is just basically come in, I'm going to hold everything down underneath. I'm going to first take off the clay pebbles over here. And then basically what I'm gonna do is just kind of hold it down, grip it with my fingers, flip it upside down, and just give it a nice rinse underneath some water. Let's see if that kind of washes things off. If that does, that'll kind of save me plenty of time. I wouldn't have to do a whole cycle of spraying with neem oil and soap or anything like that. I definitely want to be able to use this plant pretty soon. It's definitely growing quite a bit. I've grown this plant from seed as well as with the basil plants right next to each other. And the tomato plants are all kind of growing right next to each other, so that's not really a great thing. You want to be able to mitigate this situation as soon as possible and deal with these bugs right away, guys. So looking at the root system, it's definitely developing quite nicely, and let's see, yeah, it looks really beautiful underneath, guys, so it's really healthy. So I definitely want to save this plant as fast as possible, so I'm going to be taking care of that immediately. I'm going to also inspect the basil plants since it's been right next to each other, but it doesn't seem, I don't even want to touch it because my hand is kind of touching aphids, but you could see that, I don't know, looking under the leaves, I definitely didn't see, I don't think I've seen any aphids crawling around, and the tomato plants seem to be pretty good also, so it might just be this one over here. Always hard to tell where they come from. I really hate when aphids appear or spider mites or anything of that nature in my garden, especially growing indoors, guys. I don't know, I don't have much soil plants around. There's that one right back there, but it's been there for a really long time and I don't water it too often, so the soil is quite dry back there, so I don't think it's from there. It could be from the outside, maybe me coming back in from the outside bringing something in. It could be from a fly even flying around. Really difficult, but anyways, in the meantime, I'm gonna wash this off, guys. We're gonna take care of everything, and we're gonna be back soon for more, guys. As always, if you liked the episode, please hit that thumbs up. So I just removed the clay pebbles from the pot over here, and you could see a little bit closer kind of how the plant is looking. It looks pretty good. You definitely see a little bit of algae that was growing on the rockwool cubes. That's probably right before I covered it up, or it might be kind of going through the cracks in between the clay pebbles here. But overall, it looks pretty good, guys. That's going to make it really easy for me to wash. So I'm going to wash these clay pebbles as well. So what I'm going to do is basically just grab this whole thing, roots and all, leave this right here, hold my finger down here, flip it upside down, guys, and just wash this thing right underneath some running water. So I'm going to do that. We'll be back really soon. Hey guys, welcome back. So I got everything washed up as best as I could, and you could see over here everything looks nice and wet and very clean. So it looks like I washed off, I don't know, I wouldn't say everything because it's kind of a bold statement, but I'm sure the vast majority of these aphids are definitely gone now, and I'll most likely have to do like 1 or 2 more rounds of this cycle like this, but this is the easiest way, guys, to kind of just use a natural method. Sorry I didn't show you rinsing it, but I can't really hold the camera while holding the plant and washing it at the same time. So like I mentioned, just kind of flipped it around, washed everything. I even washed the whole net cup all around as well, just to make sure in case there's any eggs or anything laying around. I don't want anything hatching, so you could see things look really clean. I'm going to change the nutrients here, wash the the outside of these jars as well, wipe everything down with a little alcohol, and hopefully things bounce back. I'm gonna actually, just for safety measures, I'm gonna wash all my plants, guys. So same thing for the 2 basils. Look how beautiful these basils are looking, guys. Absolutely gorgeous. Same thing, they were planted from seed. Now this is just 1 seed in here. So basil is one of those plants that you really only need 1 or 2, and it's going to be more basil than I could really consume. So you can see the leaves are growing quite large. It's looking really beautiful. I definitely need to trim this plant a little bit. Clipping it is really good for the plant. It overall gives like nice health for the plant, and makes kind of like the energy bounce back into the plant, and creates space for new growth to kind of come in. And when you open things up, it creates kind of all this new light and space for this lower canopy to begin to grow. And you could see there's a lot of new growth on the inside, so that's waiting to just flourish, guys. So before we go, let me just show you the basil roots. They look incredible, guys. And man, I can't tell you how good it smells in here. So just whenever this plant moves around, look at this one. I can't even take this out of the jar. It's completely stuck in there. Amazing. So the herbs are doing good, guys. I gotta plant some more herbs in the meat. For now, things are doing good. Don't worry about it just falling over like this. It'll bounce back in about a day or 2, or even a couple hours. It'll be standing nice and firm. So let me wash everything up, guys. We're gonna be back soon for more. But before I go, I just want to show you something really exciting. My tomato plant's been working out. Look at this, been doing the lifts overnight, getting swole, and it got nice and strong. I didn't do anything for this plant at all. Look at this, guys, it's just standing. If you've been watching my episodes, you know what I'm talking about. If not, this is confusing to you, and you need to check out my older episodes. We're gonna be back soon for more, guys. I'll see you. Thanks for watching. So I just finished washing the basil, and you can see everything is looking nice and wet and clean. I checked the undersides of the leaves. I washed the tops and the bottoms. You want to make sure to get both sides, guys, especially since it's morning time. There's definitely bugs on the top of the leaves, definitely bugs on the undersides. That's where they like to sleep and burrow. They plant kind of stay along the stem. That's always where I tend to find the majority of them, right at the base here, because they're really small. It's very difficult for them to climb and crawl kind of up the plant. So they're going to be very lazy. They're going to kind of go where it's easiest. So that's a nice benefit for you. And number 1 easiest thing to do, guys, lift up your plants up to the lights. Kind of hard to see on the camera, but it really makes the plant kind of see through, and you could really see right through the leaves, and any discoloration or any different color other than the color of the leaf, you'll see right away, guys. And nice easy way to kind of find these bugs in your garden. And that's alright. Forgot to mention, super important, make sure you cover this back up, guys. Don't keep the rock wool exposed. It's just going to produce a whole lot of algae growth, and you don't want that sucking up the nutrients from the bottom of the container. And you can see with this camera zoomed in just how clean the plant looks. So we'll see, hopefully that took care of it.